In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create an account for free on Apollo.io. So if you want to do that, you just need to click the first link in the description and then you will be on this page. I just want to let you know that if you use the link in the description, you get the best free trial available. So once you are on this page, you see here that you can enter your email address or you can sign up with Google or Microsoft. Quick tip, if you have a Gmail account or Outlook account, for example, you can't use this field enter email. And if you have this kind of email account, you need to use this button, sign up with Google or sign up with Microsoft. Now, if you have a professional email address, you can use, of course, this field here, enter email. So for example, here you see that I have a Gmail email address, and if I click here on sign up for free, you see that you can't do that and you need a corporate domain. So for this tutorial, I will sign up with Google. Once you've selected your email address, here you need to answer some questions. For example, here, company name and company website. So for example, company name, GiveMeLeads, and company website, GiveMeLeads.io. Then we click on continue. And then here we need to answer some onboarding questions. So for example, which best describes your role? Let's say founder, CEO. How do you want to start using Apollo today? Find and connect with the new leads. Then we click on continue. Which goals do you want to focus on? Find high quality leads. And finally, how familiar are you with tools like Apollo? I'm experienced. And then we click on I will set up on my own. And finally, here you can connect your email. So for example, you can connect a Gmail address or Outlook address. But for this tutorial, we don't care. So we click on skip for now. And here you see that you can install the Apollo.io Chrome extension, which is useful if you want to find some good leads. And by the way, if you want to see a tutorial on how to use the Apollo.io Chrome extensions to find B2B leads, you can click on the top right of your screen. So for now, I will just click on start searching. And now I just need to wait a little bit. All right, so as you can see, my free Apollo.io account is now created. And here you see that I'm currently using the feature people. And basically with this feature, you can find your best leads by using these filters here. So you have a lot of filters that you can use. For example, here you can target people based on their job titles. For example, here you can say that you want to target people who are head of sales. Then here you have a company. If you want to target some company, for example, Google. Then you have location, and you can basically target people based where they live or where the company is based. So it's useful if you target, for example, specific countries. For example, you want to target people based in the US. You can do that on Apollo.io. Here you have the number of employees in a company. So this one is very useful because here you can target companies based on the size. So for example, you can say that you want to target big companies, so with at least 1,000 employees in it, like this. The next useful filter that you might use is this one, so industry and keywords. And basically with this one, you can target companies based on their industry. For example, you can say that you want to target companies in the construction industry, or you can say marketing and advertising. And actually you have much more options. And actually you see that you have many filters that you can use. So you have some signals. For example, you can target people who have been recently promoted or people who are in a company that has a rapid growth. And here you can target your website visitors. So it's always good leads to reach out to. And finally, if you go here on the bottom of your screen, you see that you have a button. So more filters. And here you have the list of all the filters that you can use on Apollo.io. So what's good is that even if you have a free account, you can use most of these filters. Now you see that with this search, I have 19 people in it. And now with a free account, you can export these people. And if you want to do that, you just need to click here on the box. Here you select the number of people you want to export. So let's say select all, so 19 leads. Then we click on apply. And here what we can do is to send an email, add these leads to a sequence, add them to a list, or if you click here, you can export them into a CSV file. So we click here on export, and then here you see that we have 13 verified emails from these leads. Honestly, I don't recommend you to trust Apollo.io when it said that it's verified emails, and that's why I recommend you to use a tool like GiveMeLeads to verify these email addresses. And then when you want to export these people, you just need to click on next, and then here you click on save. I will comply, and now all we need to do is to click on download, and here you see that we have our list of leads. Here you see that these emails are casual emails, and that's why I recommend to use a third-party tool to verify these email addresses, because if you send cold emails to a bad email address, it might hurt your deliverability. So with a free account, you see that I have 115 credits. So basically, I can export and get the emails of 115 leads. Now, what you can do with a free Apollo account is to search companies. And this time, you no longer have people, but you have companies. So this feature is useful if you target specific companies. Then the next useful feature is this one, sequences. And basically with this feature, you can send cold emails to your leads directly in Apollo.io. So you don't need to use an external tool to send your cold emails. Then here you have this feature, meetings, where you can basically create a meeting and you can see all your meetings in just one place. So these are the most useful features that you can use for free. Of course, you have some of them that are free, but in my opinion, not very useful, like you have tasks, workflows, and so on. But if you use a free Apollo account, I guess that you will mostly use this feature, people, where you can find your best leads. All right, so now that you know how to create your Apollo account for free and that you saw the main features that you can use, I want to show you a good alternative to Apollo.io. And this alternative is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So basically, you have almost the same features that you can use to find your best leads. For example, you have company headcount, company type, company headquarters location. You can target people based on their current job title. So for example, here I target people who are head of sales. You can target people with their years in current company, years in current position. Here you have this filter geography where you can say, okay, I want my leads to be based in San Francisco, for example. And you see that you have so much filters that you can use. So why Sales Navigator is a good alternative to Apollo.io? It's because on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, the data is more fresh compared to Apollo.io, because Apollo.io is a database, which is not the case for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So you will always get better data using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And now the second reason why LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a good option to Apollo.io, it's because in most cases, it's cheaper than Apollo.io. The main drawback of LinkedIn Sales Navigator is that you can't export your leads natively, and you need to use a third-party tool like GiveMeLeads to have a button like this one to extract the leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get their verified emails. So for example, here, if I want to export this list of leads and get the verified emails, so my search is I want people who are head of sales in a company headcount between 51 to 200 people based in San Francisco. Then if I want to export this list of 200 people, I need to click on this button from GiveMeLeads. So I click on extract leads. Then I'm redirected to my GiveMeLeads account. Here on this page, you can give the number of people you want to export. So let's say 100 for this tutorial. Then I say that I want the emails of these leads. And then I click on export Leads. And you see now that my export is currently running, and I just need to wait a little bit and I will get my export. All right, so as you can see, after 3 minutes, my export is done. And now if I want to see my list of leads, I just need to click here on download CSV. And here you see that I have my list of 100 leads, which is perfect. On top, you have the columns that you have in this file. So you have the first name, last name, LinkedIn URL, you have the verified emails of your leads, the job title, location, and actually much more information that you can use. For example, this one, company website, is very useful, company location, company industry, and so on. So if you want to try a good alternative to Apollo.io, I strongly recommend to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and then you can export your list of leads with the verified emails with a tool like GiveMeLeads. So if you want to have the best free trial available for Apollo.io, you have a link in the description. And if you want to try GiveMeLeads for free, you have the link in the description as well. And now if you want to see a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find your best leads, you can click somewhere on the screen. It was Vincent. I wish you a nice day and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.